Hello, this is my video review on Bluetooth wireless high-end audiophile quality headsets. 3 of them that are in the market right now that also have noise canceling. So the reason why you'd be interested in watching this video is if you are in the market for something that has good noise canceling quality and that also has good wireless Bluetooth connectivity and also includes a high-end audiophile like sound quality. So traditionally Bluetooth headsets haven't had very good sound quality. You've either had to choose between having noise canceling or good sound quality. And with Bluetooth specifically, the connection type hasn't really allowed for high fidelity or for great sounding headphones and or great sounding audio quality. So recently there's been about 3 different headphones that have piqued my interest, and I wanted to do a review of all 3 of them since I had a chance to buy each one of them and return 2 of them. It was kind of a good time to do a showdown. So the 3 of them are at the price point of about in between $350 to about $420 or so with tax. One of them has a list price of actually $499, but it's currently running a bit cheaper on Amazon. So the use case that I have is that I travel quite a bit, and so I want noise canceling. Always been interested in noise canceling, but being a person that listens to high-end headphones like Sennheisers or Odyssey or Beyerdynamics, I've been kind of turned off to noise canceling headphones because of the thought that it pumps in white noise into your ears, and just the quality of them hasn't been really high. So the fact that I travel a lot and I'm on airplanes makes me want to have a set of headphones that does noise canceling, and I'm kind of envious of the people that get that peace and quiet. And I work in an open office space, so having some silence when there's noise going on around me is also good for attention. So I'd like to try that out, and I also listen to a lot of music. So I work at a software company, and I like to listen to like house music or trance music or music that doesn't have lyrics and as kind of background noise. Often it's to actually drown out the sound around me, so I think good noise canceling will help with that. And then I want it to be wireless because I want to be able to get up and move from my desk quickly and like maybe throw something away or talk to a coworker a cubicle over and not have to quickly pull my headphones off. So being able to move around the office wirelessly is pretty attractive, and recently I've started to take shuttle to and from work and public transit, and as a result I'm transferring from mobile device, my current mobile device, to a computer and then to a workstation at work. And so I want to have Bluetooth so I'm not unplugging wires and replugging into different devices. So Bluetooth has become really attractive. The 3 different headphones that I narrowed it down to are the Sennheiser Momentum wireless, so the Momentum 2 wireless, and then the Bose quietcomfort 35 QC35, and then the Sony MDR-1000x. So I'll go ahead and talk about each one of these and my impressions as I go across here. First of all, the Sennheiser Momentum wireless 2.0 is Sennheiser is known as really good high quality headphones. They have one of the first headphones I spent more than $100 on was the HD 598s, which I have right over there connected to my Vive. But they're known for having good quality. They have great soundstage, especially their open back headphones, and they're well used by musicians and loved across most of the audiophile community. Some of the best headphones you can buy are produced by Sennheiser. Their Momentum brand itself has been geared more towards consumers, and the first version of the Momentum was a wired one, and it included cups, the over-the-ear cups or around-the-ear cups were too small for people with big ears, or for people that wore them for a long time. Like a lot of times, you know, the lower part of your ear would get stuck underneath part of it, or maybe it was, you know, sitting on part of your ear. So I tried on the Momentums because I needed a closed back set of headphones so that I wouldn't interrupt or you know, bother people around me in the office when I listened to loud music. And I wasn't impressed. But with the Momentum 2s, they've made the cup design a little bit larger. So, you know, if I try these on, you can see that it fully covers my ears, which I like. And for my wife, on the other hand, though, the bottom part of them didn't quite, it kind of sat on her earlobes a little bit. Another thing she pointed out was that when you're wearing these, it seems like it clamps tighter at the top part than it does at the bottom. So you end up getting this kind of, you know, based on the shape of your head, you get this kind of, where it's tight up here, maybe a little loose down here, and might let in noise. It does block out, you know, just isolates you from most of the sound because of the cups. And the cups are really nice and comfortable, and the sound quality is excellent on these. So it uses the aptX Bluetooth profile, which you can force on a Mac or on you know, a Windows device. It also supports AAC codec, but so it doesn't use just the standard SBC Bluetooth profile. And these sound great. You know, you listen to house music, or you listen to any kind of music that has, you know, bass to it, and it has a nice, you know, lift at on the low end of the frequency. The mids sound really good. You know, it almost sounds like an open back headphone. And so it sounds excellent as far as sound quality goes. Now, on the other hand, the noise canceling is not as good as the other guys that are up here. And, you know, it definitely suffers on the noise canceling side. It does cut out most of the lows, like the stuff that you would hear from, like, say, like an air conditioner, or, you know, maybe the sound of a jet. But the high ends of those monotonous noises, it still kind of leaves there. So it kind of gives you this high-pitched whine that is left. Like, for example, I tested it with my wife, and we turned on the fan on our stove, and, you know, about a minute into it, she was saying, I don't like the sound of this because I can still hear, like, the high-pitched whine of the fan. Took out most of this noise of the fan, but it just left the high pitch. Same thing with a vacuum. So this thing, the short story is, this has great sound quality, but the noise canceling is not very great. On the other hand, the Bose QC35s, the build quality feels kind of cheap on it. It's kind of plasticky, but it's very comfortable. These are light and comfortable on your head. You know, they block out most of the sound that you hear even without the noise canceling on. It really has a good fit around your ear. And it does fit completely around your ear. This is a nice big cup. The noise canceling is spectacular on this, right? It nearly kills all of the sound you would hear around you, except for, like, vocals or people talking. And but it makes it pretty silent. One thing to note with the Bose is that the noise canceling, if you're not listening to music, if you can feel the pressure on your eardrums. And it's a little disconcerting. It's a little troubling to me when I felt that pressure on my ears. I wasn't sure if I could handle it for long periods of time, right? That's, you know, it's a little powerful. And, you know, one of the things about Bose is they are the leader in noise canceling, and they have patents to kind of back that up and maintain that lead. But their audio quality isn't as great, you know. And so comparing these that don't support aptX and are really geared for noise canceling for, like, traveling, the sound quality is not even in the same league as the Sennheisers. My wife isn't an audiophile, and she tried it on, and she was immediately wowed by the Sennheisers, but not by the Bose. She was just like, oh yeah, I like that song, right? So the Bose has great noise canceling, but it does not have as good a sound quality, and that's my primary use case, is to listen to music. I want it to sound good. So the Bose doesn't really, you know, suit my needs too well either. I mean, as far as looks go, they are really nice. They write inside there, the, you know, left and right channel, and, you know, they connect really quickly, and they feel really nice. But, you know, again, they feel plasticky and kind of cheap compared to the Sennheisers that have a nice leather feel to them. They have great stitching on the outside. You could just tell these are a quality device. So the third set is the Sony MDR-1000s, and these came out short. I got these the day they came out, and I had already ordered all three. And I had a chance to try these out after I had tried the other two out, and these are kind of the best of both worlds. And let me explain why. The noise canceling on these is as good, if not better, than the Bose, which is interesting because it's standard belief that the Bose are the best in noise canceling. But I've had a couple independent people try out, these different ones that are not audiophiles, that haven't been researching it like me. And both my wife and a coworker, two different coworkers, have said that this one sounds better than the Bose, which is a lofty statement. Sony's done a great job. The other thing is the sound of the music quality is as good as the Sennheisers. And Sony's been known for having good quality headphones. Like their MDR line is known as a really good high quality sounding headphone. Not in the high-end audiophile range, but more pleasant to listen to than say a set of Beats headphones, but with the same kind of V signature to the sound. So it has high quality bass and good trebles, and the mids aren't really washed out or kind of tinny. So it's a really good sound, especially for house and trance and maybe rap I don't listen to, but rocks, they just sound really good on here. And it has a good soundstage too, but though I don't think that any closed back headphones are going to emulate the soundstage of an open back headphone. This is about the best that you can get for there. It also does noise canceling in a couple different interesting ways. So when you first turn it on, the full noise canceling works, like I said, in silence and with music on, as good as the Bose. You can also do a noise canceling mode that allows voices to come in. And so, when you put on that ambient sound, what it'll do is it'll amplify the voice of people around you, but still cut out the sound of air conditioners and, jet sounds and so on and so forth. So if you're at an airport, you could hear the announcements over the radio, but it would cut off the other stuff. Or if you're on a plane, with coworkers, it's great too. I could be listening to music and noise canceling, and someone walks up, and if it's in that mode, they'll talk to you and you'll hear their voice. The trick is going to be getting people to know that when your headphones are on, you can still hear them. Another one of the things it does is you can cup it over your head. You can cup your hand over it, and it'll actually briefly pause what you're listening to or mute it, and then allow the voice to come in, or allow full ambient sound. And it's amplifying everything, right? It's not just allowing it to come in, it's actually hearing it and then re-amplifying it into your ears. And that's really cool. And it could be a signal to your coworker that you can actually hear them, is that you just kind of cover your ear for a moment, and now you hear everything and your music goes quiet. You take it back off and you're going back to the way it was a moment ago. And the third thing it does that's interesting is it'll optimize for the sound environment. So say I'm in my office and then I get onto the shuttle to go home. I could re-optimize it, and it does some sound tests. You can hear some noises and beeps, and then it's optimized for that zone, and it really does a good job of erasing the noises that are in that environment. So out of the three, these are the ones that I chose, but it was a really close call. And I'll tell you the one situation that really kind of hung me up is that I have a use case where I'd like to have my headphones connected to several devices. And the reason why is because I want to be able to have in the morning, have my headphones connected to my phone, go out and catch the bus, get to catch the shuttle, get to work, maybe on the shuttle, connect to my laptop and my phone. And then when I get to work, connect to my full desktop in my phone. And so when I'm sitting there, whatever's playing noise, I want the mixer to be running on the phone or on the headphones and actually just play the last thing that's making noise. And these two do that really well. The Momentum and the Bose actually have the ability to make an A2DP, an AVRCP, and an HFP connection to multiple devices. And the Bose, it's really simple. It just automatically reconnects to several devices. There's a little bit of a delay when, say if I'm playing music on my phone and then I start to play a YouTube video on my computer, for it to figure out that I want it to go to that. It's about 5 seconds. The Sennheiser, it actually does it pretty instantaneous, right? But the Sony, on the other hand, for the first day or so I was using it, it did not appear that that was possible at all. Just yesterday I found out by looking at the help documentation online that it does support the ability to have HFP to a phone. If you connect in some sort of dance where you connect it to the phone and then you have HFP, which is the ability to answer a phone call, and then you can connect over A2DP, which is the media audio, to a computer. And so I could be listening to YouTube videos and music on my computer, and then a phone call comes in and it'll just switch to the phone and let me answer the phone, right? Without unplugging anything. The reason this is important to me is because I'm sitting at my desk and I'm listening to stuff on my computer, and then a phone call comes in. I don't want to have to pick up my phone and take off my headphones and take the call. I want to just walk outside with my headphones and my phone away from my coworkers and take the call, right? And then come back and go back to listening to something on my computer without kind of juggling it. It doesn't look like it's possible, and that sold me on this. But until that feature was, until I discovered these headphones can do that, I was going to have to choose between the Sennheiser and the Bose, and that would have made me choose the Sennheisers, even though the noise canceling isn't that great. But because that feature exists on here, I get the best of both worlds, and I'm able to use this. So another one of I think that another one of the possible solutions that could have worked for this is the ability for me to pipe the music and the noise from my computer. There's this software called Airfoil that works on Mac, which is my work computer, that actually will send it over AirPlay to your phone, which I have an Android phone. And there's a Airfoil app for Android and Airfoil app for Mac and for Windows. And that would allow me to push it over to my phone and maybe just stay connected to my phone. But it introduces a delay, and you have to be on the same network. And a lot of times in work environments, you have separate networks. So in wrapping this up, my thumbs up goes to the Sony MDR-1000. Second place goes to Momentum because of the sound quality. These two, the Momentum and the Sony, have great sound quality. As far as noise canceling goes, though, it's the Sony and the quietcomfort. But the theme of the two different things that are important to me is the Sony. They're in both of them. As far as connectivity goes, it's the Bose and the Momentum. So you have to really try to think about what's important to you. If it's noise canceling, you want one of these two. If it's sound quality, you're going to want one of these two. And if it's connectivity, you're going to want one of these two. But if you're like me and you just need a connection to the phone calls, you don't need media audio, A2DP from your phone, while you have a connection to your workstation, then the Sony will work fine. So the Sony also is quite stylish looking. So that's my review. I wholeheartedly suggest the Sony. So I'll give you a shot of what it looks like. Flip it on. And then the quietcomforts. And then the Sennheisers. Right here. So that's on backwards. Okay, thanks for watching.